Well, good evening, everybody. We had a couple weeks off where Mike and I weren't doing so well. As you can see, Mike's not here tonight. He's not feeling well. Had a bit of a cough today, and actually for about the last 3 or 4 weeks. So he's not going to be able to make it with us tonight. But I'm excited to come down here. I've been gone for a couple weeks. Spent I think it was 6 days in the hospital due to a leg infection. It had been like on the shelf, with that same leg infection since um, sometime in November. I forget exactly when it was, but something like that. But I'm back up and moving to a degree, not a whole lot, but so after I get done tonight, I'll be back upstairs and with the leg up again and just waiting for the antibiotics to kick in. So got this cute little thing in my arm over here so I can keep giving myself antibiotics IV wise. So it's kind of great. They send you home. Everybody talks about doing the going to Walmart through the your own checkout. You give yourself your own IVs now. So it's like, it's kind of gone crazy with stuff that you do yourself now. But welcome. Thanks for coming back and joining us. Like I said, it's been a couple weeks off. We will get Jessica Potter and Christopher Booth rescheduled at another point in time to come back on and join us again. I know that I really want to talk to both of them, and I've got a little bit off the wall questions for Jessica, and I've already kind of pre-warned her a little bit about my feelings sometimes with mediums and all. So that'll be an interesting show as well. And but looking forward to tonight. We're gonna have Daniel Klaes on here tonight with us too, as well, if you know him from Hinsdale House. And so we're looking forward to that too. But kind of wanted to touch base on a couple things too, just before we get going. Um, yeah, I got a birthday coming up in a couple of days, and we've got a birthday thing set up. We're taking donations on that. I think we're about like 875 or something like that. I just started last night. And it's up to about 875. We're hoping to get about 6,500, which sounds like a lot to a lot of people. But last year we raised 8,100 for Lost Limbs Foundation. So hoping we can get to 6,500 on it. We're gonna do is like we always do it, and I'm gonna kind of do a live on this again at some time in the next couple of days anyway. But we're going to do just like we always have. For every $5 you donate, your name's going to go in the hat, and you'll have chances. So if you donate $5, you got a chance to win. If you donate 25, you get 5 chances to win. Right now we've got investigations at Ashmore Estates, Rhodes Hotel. We're going to do some T-shirts from Rhodes, T-shirts from Ashmore, maybe some hoodies from Ashmore. And then I've also picked up got an investigation at Cheney Mansion in Jerseyville, Illinois. If you've not been there, it's a gorgeous place, a wonderful place to go to. That's heated and air conditioned, so a little bit different there compared to a lot of places. And then we've got some other shirts that are being donated from Sandy Alvarez. She's doing that, and we got some other items that are being donated. Some action figures that a gentleman got a hold of me last night. That's going to donate some. He's donated some before. He spent some time at Rhodes. I I think he's involved with a Bigfoot show, and I don't want to say which one because I don't really know offhand, and I don't want to say the wrong one. So, but I know he's involved with the Bigfoot show and does some things with that. So, we've got some stuff coming in, and there'll be some more things I'm sure coming in as we kind of roll along with this. But I'll touch base with that a little bit more and put that out there so that people have an idea. But right now, you can go to my Facebook page. It's most stuff on my Facebook page is public anyway, so you can jump on my Facebook page just under Robin Robbin Terry, just like it shows right down here on the screen, Robin Terry on Facebook, and you can jump on there and make a donation right there. And we keep track of everything. My daughter-in-law is going to do the drawing for us. I think we're going to do it on probably New Year's Eve morning, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, something like that. And we'll be donating or giving away all those prizes at that time. And just like we did before. Last year, if you remember, I was doing the old random select deal, and it said, "Oh, you've used all you can do." So we had to scramble and tear up 500 and some tickets to put in a hat and draw them out manually. So it was a cluster to say the least. So this year, hopefully, she does this all for a RAS group that my son's involved in. So hopefully it'll go a little quicker, a little easier, and we'll have it all done pretty quick. But looking forward to giving those things away to everybody. And I think people enjoyed it, had a good time with it. And most of all, the money's going to help the kids. It's going to help the kids, the amputee children that Mike Couch has worked hard with Lost Limbs Foundation. So that's the main thing what we're doing there. So if you get a chance, jump on there, donate that $5 or so on there. And, as I always say, and Sherry Broach put it in writing to everybody too, a lot of teaspoons fill the bathtub. And that's what we kind of look at there too, is that that's what happens. That $5 goes a long way to help down the road. Those just keep compiling. I mean, we did $8,100 last year, $5 at a time, or even less. So, looking forward to it this year. Hopefully, we'll get close to that. I had to go to 6,500. I'll be 65. It kind of fit, and so we're doing that. And but if you can help us at that, that'd be great. So let's do this. Let's get Daniel in here and start talking a little bit about what he's got going on, because I know he's got a bunch going on. So we'll pop him in here and add him in here.
Yeah, I'm
There,
on the phone with I'm on with Robin right now. Yeah. So Robin, we're gonna donate from the Hinsdale House an investigation. We're also gonna donate one from Wildwood Sanitarium.
oh
And then
wow.
Nick, I got Nick on the phone, and he said he'll send you out a package of autographs, T-shirts, stuff like that to add to it. All
I'm
right,
just
man.
writing it down so I don't forget. No, that's great.
Later.
Tell Nick thanks. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Um, how about that? Just right there on you guys heard it right there first. Hinsdale House, and we'll get the particulars from Daniel a little later. But Hinsdale House investigation, and we said, wow, it's Wildwood, isn't it? Wildwood
Wildwood
Sanitarium. Yeah,
Sanitarium. Yeah.
and then we're gonna get a package from Nick Groff coming too. So, so jump out there on my Facebook page and get those donations in. It's going to go for about 2 weeks, so we got plenty of time there. But jump in there and pop in. And your daughter helped out, I think, a couple years ago or something. Wasn't it
Yeah.
like that?
2 years ago,
something.
she did a thing where she went on crutches for she was on crutches for a couple days, and she took donations, and she raised over $2,000 for Lost Limbs Foundation, and she made it on the news and everything locally. It was really cool to get the exposure for the organization in New York, so it was pretty nice.
Oh yeah, that's great. I mean, I remember doing that. That's why it kind of popped my mind and all. And it's kind of cool when you start doing it. You think, oh, that's like when we started doing this. I was like, okay, if we get $500, I'll match it. And we did, and it's like, oh, that worked pretty well. So let's do a little bit more. So we get kind of crazy, and I get those pop up in my memories all the time now that they're like, that the first time I think we did it, we had like 2 or 3,000, and then it was like 5,000, and then last year was 8,000, and so it's worked out great. And I don't know why, but it's perfect time of the year, I think, for a lot of people. They're looking for someplace to donate some money to help charities.
Yeah, and if it's what I mean, if you think we did so much research on what the amputees, what the cost, especially for kids, and the sizes that have to keep changing. You're talking on a cheap end, like $5,000 just for one prosthetic for a child, and it's like that's why I donate monthly. I just have it taken out monthly out of my PayPal and help out when I can for this organization, because it's such a good one to help for the cost for these families. Because I mean, God, think with the pandemic and everything right now, how hard it is to pay for something like that if insurance doesn't cover it.
Oh yeah, exactly. And insurance is getting tougher and tougher all the time with stuff. So it's hard to figure it all out. But I noticed your hat.
Oh,
You're the Buffalo Sabres fan, right?
yeah, unfortunately,
So most people probably
being
don't have a
Buffalo
clue anyway.
stinks.
So yeah, I'm a Blues fan. So it's
I like the Blues. They're my second favorite team because with Chris Sutton, we'd go back and forth all the time. That's his team, and then he got our captain when they did the trade with them, and then they won the Stanley Cup. So I had to hear it from him. So
I wish I could hear that again from Chris too. So,
I know, me too.
Yeah, miss that guy. He was always kind of fun to talk to and be around. And he actually was up here in February of last year and spoke at the theater here for Lost Limbs Foundation, the benefit we do. And that might have been about the last time he was out doing anything, because
Yeah, I
I
had
don't
him
think
out
he
to
did too much
Hinsdale
after that.
last year too, one last time, and we went to the Thunder Rocks and did an event at the Hinsdale House, and it was just it was sad to look back at. Just I remember when he called me to tell me he was sick, and then it's he's a good guy, good friend, and he'll be in my heart forever.
Oh, I can understand that completely. And I mean, he's not that far. He's like an hour away from me, but we never really crossed a lot of paths until the last couple of years. And it was always just fun to talk to him and sit down. And unfortunately, some of these events we don't get a chance to talk to each other as much as you want to, because you
Yeah.
don't want to tie up somebody else's time. So, but yeah, he was when he came up here in Auburn a couple of years or last year. It was kind of nice to have him up here.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing that really stuck out for me with him, I got to know him going to Iowa a few times and being on some of the same events, and he didn't mind popping a beer back at the end of the event, and he was all about family, and it just put me on a whole different level with him, because family means everything, and that's what he cared about the most: his son, his daughter, his wife, and people that were like him, and that's how we clicked,
Yep, good guy for sure.
Yeah.
So, Hinsdale House. How'd you get involved with Hinsdale House?
I mean, I started going here as any, like, just booked an investigation with our team, Greater Western New York Paranormal Society, and then got the okay to film there and do our documentary, Behind the Shadows, and then just fell in love with the location, and they were going to tear it down, and I basically stepped in and got it right before the wrecking ball, a few weeks before it was going to be torn down, and just got a shell of a house, and it was in disarray. It just needed so much work, and the land needed so much work, and we've just been plugging away at it ever since, trying to. It looks like a well-maintained farmhouse now compared to what it used to when I got it.
Yeah, I have
And it
not
needed
personally been
everything.
out there.
Yeah, I mean, it needed everything.
Yeah, I mean, I see a lot of times people posting everything about it. It seems like a lot of people really enjoy it going out there, and they have a lot of activity happening out there. So, it's in what part of New York is it actually in?
It's in the southern tier of New York State, so it's south of Buffalo, about an hour and a half south of Buffalo, about an hour away from Erie, Pennsylvania.
Okay. Do you live pretty close to it then?
No, I live in Buffalo area, so I have a lot of help. Like, I have a good group of girls and guys that help me out if we need it. I do go down often myself, but I need them. It's a team. It's a team effort. So, or else I wouldn't be able to do what I do. Like, I'm going on the road and making TV shows and promoting the location. I mean, we're already booked solid through 2022 on weekends, and it's a testament to the location, because it's not like I force people or twist their arm. They're booking way ahead of time, to
Yeah,
get in there.
I know exactly what you talked about with help there too, because I had the same. I'm 2 hours away from Ashmore, so trying to get out there. If somebody says, "Hey, we need to do this out here," it's like I got to plan it. I can't just jump in the car and run across the street. And I've got three girls out there, especially help me out a bunch right now, and couldn't get by without them. I mean, it
No,
makes a
they're
difference
worth their weight
completely.
in gold, aren't they?
Oh yeah, that's for sure. And they enjoy the place. I mean, it's not. I don't have to even twist their arms to go out there. They enjoy it, and I'm not gonna say they fight over going out there, but it's usually not a problem. It's like, hey, I got this date coming up. You guys do this, and they're like, oh yeah, we can do it. So the toughest thing is during the week sometimes, but weekends are, it's not a problem. They're always jumping out there to do it.
Yeah. For me, like, the weekdays, I can do the weekdays, but the weekends are tough because I'm gone almost every weekend.
So, oh
So
yeah, yep, that's for sure. So now with Hinsdale, do you do the overnight stuff there, or how does it work as far as how you do investigations there?
yeah, I basically did it kind of the same way that you do. Like, we allow the teams to come in and investigate all night. They have the place exclusively to themselves for the whole evening, and then I'm pretty flexible. I'm not like, you have to be in by this time, you have to leave. Let's give us enough time to clean it up a little bit and get ready for the next team. And investigate and do what you came there for. So that teams come from all over the place. So, I mean, California, Iowa. I mean, all far distances to investigate. So I don't want to, like, limit them to what they can do. So some will book it for a weekend. Some will maybe book Hinsdale and Wildwood, because Wildwood's about an hour down the road, and kill two locations with one trip. So it's yeah. I mean, for the most part, most people will stay overnight.
You guys do some daytime stuff there too, or not? Just mostly night?
Yeah. Yeah, no, we have some volunteers that will help do day tours, daytime tours, and a lot of the times we're working on projects during the day, like doing the lawn mowing or sprucing up the yard. Casey Colburn does amazing gardens, and I've let her run wild with that, and she's fixed up some, like, old benches that we found in the brush, and added those to the location. So it's you know, with a lot of people like to come during the day and just kind of see it, and be able to walk inside and check it out. So we try to accommodate everybody that gets in contact with us at some point or another.
What makes Hinsdale House haunted?
Well, I mean, I've had personal experiences there that I can't explain, and the reason that the house really kind of rang out to me was that it was happening more frequently than the other locations that I was going to. It was, to me, it was like the house had a voice, kind of, in a way, and it was trying to speak to me, and I didn't want that voice to go away. Um, everything that I would do, all the different types of equipment I would try to experiment with, it would work. And it was like it was trying to tell me something. And I just basically wanted to give the house a voice, by saving it and allowing us to investigate it deeper, the land and the property. And I've seen shadow figures. I've had poltergeist items moving on camera. We have full body apparitions on the property inside the house. So I mean, it's like it gives me the holy grail every time that I'm trying to push something. Like I remember the first time trying to get internet there, because it's in the middle of nowhere. It's not on this. I think that's why people really like it a lot, because it's so secluded. So you don't have a lot of outside interference with what you're doing. Like it's not like there's a neighbor close by or something. But it had no internet, and I had to get satellite internet hooked up to it at first, and it was super expensive, just so we could stream it. And the first night I was streaming it with one camera I set up in the living room. I was on paranormalwarehouse.com streaming it live on Facebook, and a couple thousand people back before they used to cut how many people could actually watch you when you go live. Like there were a couple thousand people in there, and I was sitting on my couch with my phone answering questions. It was great. It's like this is awesome, because people actually see this place from anywhere now and experience it live. And I fell asleep on the couch, and then my phone started buzzing, and I started getting all these pictures, and I went and reviewed the camera footage, and boom, there was a shadow figure just walking right across the kitchen that was captured on camera. And I was like, damn, first night of internet, and here we go. Like it was awesome. And we continue to get things like that happening on the lives. That's why so many people enjoyed when we put them up. And then teams just leaving their cameras running throughout the night would get like their blankets being moved, arms going underneath blankets. It's a pretty cool.
So yeah, that's great. And I've kind of want to do the live stream stuff out at Ashmore too. Just haven't had a chance to do anything with that lately. But that's down the road. But like you said, it's hard getting internet out there. I mean, you've been in Ashmore; it's in the middle of nowhere, and there's no high speed internet out there. It's all basically off of a AT&T tower.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was blessed because I was calling all the companies, and finally Spectrum, which is a cable provider, laid some fiber down, which I was like, oh, come on, are they really doing this? They're in my yard with a big spool, and I'm like, they came all the way up the hill with this fiber for me. And I hope that other customers up down the hill took advantage of it, because just being able to have that's made it so much easier and so much faster to be able to do the streams and stuff like that with what we've been doing up there, And even when people come up, they want to go live. It's easier for them to go live from the location as well.
Right. Yeah. In fact, I've had a lot of people come to. That's the first thing they asked me to Ashmore. Like, do you have internet? Like, I do. It's back in there now, but it's not a real strong signal. So if you have everybody in your group trying to go live, it's just not going to work. So I said you
Right.
need to limit it to like one person or something like that. So um, I was kind of chuckling when I saw, to myself, when I saw Rosa's your cohort in crime there. That
Yeah.
she said she's seen everything. I'm like, I don't know if we really want to talk about that or not. But so
Hopefully she's talking about just the house, like things
yeah,
that
exactly.
But she spent a lot of time there, and she's been one of the integral pieces for me as far as getting things done at the location. She helps out a lot, so she'll be spending some time there for her birthday coming up in January. She's got a weekend plan, so.
I think I saw something like that too. That she may have posted something like that. But Frankie, I appreciate the comment. I know, yeah, I think we've both done, some stuff with the locations. And one thing that I've always done is I've never thought that, somebody like Daniel and I are in competition.
No.
Nobody's going to go to just one location every weekend like that their whole lives. I'm like, I've got brochures out at Ashmore for different locations and all, just trying to promote other places. So I think that's kind of the unity that we see between venue owners. And if they don't want to do that, then I kind of question if they're even doing it for the right reasons themselves.
Exactly. And there's one location that's close to us, and I'll promote them until I'm blue in the face, but it's they think it's a competition, or it's a battle, and it's not. Like one weekend they could be at my place, the next weekend they could be at yours. So it's or they can go from one to the other. I mean, you gotta play nice and work together. It's getting better. I mean, it's getting better. I think that they're seeing the light of what we can do to co-promote each other. What was that? Is that my
I
phone?
don't know. So might have been.
Oh,
I got
cool.
mine off. So that Yeah, I think I agree. It's like, I've tried to tell people to go to different locations and give them different places. If we're booked up weekend, it's like, hey, this place is open if it's close by, or you can go, stop here on your way through. You can go to this one on
Yeah,
your way home. And
for sure.
yeah, I think I know which one you're talking about, James. I've actually applied for that at Ashmore. It's not available yet, and I think it's I don't want to say Starlink, but it's Starcom. I forget what it is, something like that. Um, but yeah, so as far as getting the satellite internet, it's supposed to be a lot quicker and everything too. But they're not available at Ashmore yet. I'm not sure. You've got decent service. It sounds like out there now, anyway, don't you?
Now we do. Yeah, it's nice. You could probably put like 4 or 5 people on at one time and still have the streaming cameras running. We have this service called Ghost Cam now, so we have 5 different cameras set up at the location, and they're constantly streaming. So like the teams that will come in and set up their static cams and record all night, and then have to go back and review the footage. These cameras actually do that for the teams that come in, and then they can get the footage from like 6 p.m. until 10 a.m. the next morning on each camera from the location, which is kind of cool. And they
Oh,
just have to email them the links.
oh, that's great. Yeah, that makes it kind of nice for them too, especially if they don't have a system or something there themselves anyway.
Yeah, or if they're like novice, they don't have a lot of equipment with them or something like that, they can always get we always offer that from the tours too, because sometimes we're getting EVPs through those microphones on the cameras that we have set up, because they're pretty good microphones, and people like to be able to go through that and review it themselves and see if anything happened, if they asked a question, or it's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, and yeah, I agree. In fact, Rose, I thought you might have been coming with Daniel last year when you came over to Ashmore with Nick. I thought she might make that trip with you coming over that way, but yeah, I
I
guess she
think
didn't
she I
snow
think I
it.
think she dropped something on her foot that weekend,
Oh
and she had
no.
like a bruised toe. I don't know. She drops stuff on her feet a lot. It's weird.
So yeah, that's a little different. So
Yeah. Well, she's tiny. She's a little girl.
oh, I
So,
know. Yeah, yeah.
and
She's
she when she tries to lift stuff like a weightlifter, and then says it slips, and it's always landing on her foot. The next, I probably get like a message every other month that she dropped something on her foot.
she can't drop it that far. I mean, so
No, but it's
if
got
it's
hurt.
waist high, it's about a foot. Maybe 18 inches. So
Like for instance, today it was a glass table. So I don't know. Like she.
oh, she's okay. I'm sorry. She's a little tall. I thought she's 4'6" and proud. She says so. And she had a couple of nice things to say to you too. It's like, yeah, she knows we're joking with her. I know that. So, and
Hmm.
I've talked to her at Michigan a few times up there when we've been up there too. So it's always fun to talk to her. And yeah, Mike actually, I think Mike popped in here, and yep, we got the multiple card racks at the different locations of business cards at roads. So yeah, we kind of spread it out. We put it everywhere and make sure people know that there's other locations they can go to.
I thought it would be cool, and it's a couple people maybe mentioned this idea to me, but like having like I don't know, like a like a passport, like make like a paranormal passport where they can get like stamps or something like at each location they go to, with the different locations that or they get like a free gift if they bring I don't know, like it would be cool to like co-promote all the different locations, and then maybe they get like a sticker, or they get like a cool, VIP stamp or something. I don't know. It would be kind of cool to
Yeah,
go
we
try to
did
get them
something like
all.
that. I did something like that a few years ago where we were given a discount if you booked like certain number of locations and all. You got a discount as you went along, and we kind of coordinated between ourselves, and it wasn't just like myself and Rose. There was about a half a dozen of us or so into it, and it was kind of nice because we put it out there that we were these locations were all in on it, involved, and if you booked two of these locations, or for every location you booked, you got like, I think it was $50 off or something like that at
Hmm.
the with a discount, and it just kind of helped, just because everybody's promoting each other then, and it worked out pretty nice, and we did quite a few of them. I didn't follow through with it after that first year we did it, but yeah, that went pretty well. The only problem we ran into is every once in a while somebody would cancel, and if they were going to cancel it, then you had to turn around, let the other group know, hey, they canceled, and then they got mad because we charged them. You didn't get the $50 credit then, because sorry, but you canceled the other place here and they gave your money back. So yeah, so it was a good idea and thought, but it was tough to execute it correctly.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think that it sounds pretty good. At the end of the day, it's getting the people in there and having them and do what they do, and seeing what they can come up with. I think it's cool to be able to check out what the other teams are doing, and I don't mean like by watching them on the cameras, but I mean like them showing us the evidence that they've captured, or the things that have happened while I'm not there. Like it's just neat to see what everybody else picks up, or if there's some of the same areas or some of the same things that I've picked up and another team's picked up and they've picked up. It's like pretty compelling, to be able to coordinate with them and see what they've done when they're there.
Yeah, I agree. It's always fun to pick up, hear some of that stuff, but and at the same time, you always get those photos and everything that people send you that are like, no, this is paint on the wall that's causing that, and they want to argue with you about it. I'm like, I've been in that building 100 times. I know exactly what it is, and so yeah, it makes it tough sometimes. But I'm sure you don't get any of those photos or anything like that, right?
Oh, all the time, all the time.
And
I mean, especially like with a lot of the times we would get like pictures of the windows, and I know like those windows were probably like 80 to 100 years old. So they're all brand new now, but the glass, like throughout time, it's still liquid form and it'll like teardrop. So you're going to get like different asphyxiations with depending on how the sky is and but hopefully they had more of that experience in that picture. That's what I hope.
yep. We had one at Ashmore not too long ago that was, it looked great. I mean, it's like even my wife, who doesn't really do anything with paranormal, and she doesn't see anything or hear anything when I listen to her or let her hear EVPs or let her see pictures. She looked at it, it's like, that looks like there's a guy crouched down in the corner over there. I'm like, yeah. She's like, that's his shoulders. I mean, it was perfect. And we went out and shot a picture of it during the day, and all it was the mortar on the outside of the building,
Oh
and
boy.
just it looked. You could tell that's what it was during the day when you shot the picture of it, but at night it was like, it was incredible. I couldn't believe it. I kind of like, Daniel mentioned and Rosa mentioned here, a paranormal passport. I have to look at doing something like that, where people come out and get a stamp or to show that they've been to certain locations, and maybe get enough locations that participate and throw their name in a hat at the end of the year, and do a drawing for a free investigation or something. I have to come up with some ideas like that.
Yeah, like there could be like prizes. Like if you get achieve like a certain amount of locations, you could get XYZ. If you know, I have to put some thought into it, but I think it would be a good idea just to and make it fun, for teams to travel around and check out these different places.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. That's something that have to kind of look around. There's one of the girls that helps me out at Ashmore quite a bit too.
Oh yeah.
Looks like she bought one of your Hinsdale shirts. Real
Oh,
women.
real woman chase Bigfoot, Hinsdale
Yeah.
House. Nice.
So yep, yeah. Abby helps me out there at Ashmore quite a bit. So and she grabbed one of those.
She grabbed
Uh,
3.
oh, I guess so. Yeah, she bought 3.
Yeah.
Wow, keeping
Lots of
him going
money.
there.
Got to get one for all her girls, probably.
Yeah. So
Oh, I agree
yeah,
with that too.
yeah,
James.
and it's that's what's nice out there at Ashmore, because we'll sit there and the girls I've got helping are investigators themselves, and so when they come out there, the people show them what they're doing, or they'll ask them questions about where they investigated, what they think's active, and all, and it just makes it more interesting to hear what they're doing or how they're trying it. But a lot of times I'll offer suggestions on what they might want to try to do, and it's different than they're ever done before, so they don't want to try it. It's just a little bit out of the box.
Yeah. But it is cool. It's a lot of the times people come with the kind of their mindset of what they want to do and just let them have at it. But it is cool to investigate with new people. That's why I like to bring a lot of, and I know you do too. You like to bring different people, different investigators, different TV stars and things like that down that have been in the paranormal field, and allow for different types of investigations with the public. And those are always fun, just to kind of see the different styles and learn from each other.
Oh yeah, a couple of the guys that you mentioned like that, bringing them in, two of my favorite people as far as doing event type stuff are honestly the Kling brothers.
Yeah,
When they've
good
come
guy.
in and they talk to people, and they show them why they're doing what they're doing and how they're doing it, and they've actually taken that to the road this year where they're going to do some stuff, and doing like a lecture type thing during the day, and then they're going to bring them out and show them why they're doing what they're doing at night. When they do some investigation. So those guys are always fun. I don't. Have they been out to Hinsdale House?
No, but I've met them quite a few times. Really good dudes, and they really put thought into what they do, and that's what I like about them. They're really thought provocative.
Yeah, I always like it when when people are. You can be an investigator, but then they're an investigator with a reason behind what they're doing,
Right.
and which I think makes a big difference too. So tell us a little bit about Wildwood Sanitarium.
Yeah, I mean, so this is a sanitarium that was built in 1903. It's on the smaller side. It's 4 floors, um, probably about 4,000 square foot. So it's not a big building. It's for a small southern tier community, and it was kind of the same fate as Hinsdale House. And my good friend Lori Wagatha, she had come to my birthday party and pulled me to the side and asked if I would help her with this location, and I agreed. I said, if you're going to basically spend your whole life savings on this place, it needed a new roof, it needed a lot of work, and I'm just amazed to see the progress that has been being made. They got the new roof put on. They just got the room that was really bad. Both of those fixed up. The foundation fixed. She's doing a really good job with it. So it's kind of the same situation as Hinsdale House that was going to see the wrecking ball soon, and now we have another location saved, and it's because of people that come and enjoy the location and investigate at the location and make donations. So to get it back to where it is, as far as a really viable building again.
Yeah, that's what's great too. And you get these people come out there, and they come out there for more than just because they want to come out to, hopefully have a ghostly experience. They just want to come out for the history of the location, and they want to
Hmm.
enjoy the building itself. I mean, those are the people I really enjoy. And when you get comments back from them afterwards, say you done a great job with this place, it all looks good. We really appreciate you doing this, and we'll let you know if we get anything. It's like, wow, you've already got compliments from them. They haven't even checked to see if they've got any evidence or anything.
It's cool too because a lot of this area schools now, not all of them, but it's neat because they're starting to have like paranormal clubs, and they're starting to have they'll take day trips to haunted locations with their paranormal clubs if the kids are getting the right grades, and we'll go and speak to the class and kind of prepare them. And I've done them at Hinsdale. We've done tours at Wildwood where they bus them in, and it's just really neat, to see they're like teenagers, but they take it seriously, and it's pretty cool. Probably 5 or 6 different schools. There's colleges that have the teams now that are coming out. Just past Sunday, I had Alfred State College Paranormal up at the Hinsdale House doing an investigation. So it's pretty neat.
Oh yeah, that's great. Yeah, we've got a local high school that does some stuff like that, and I spoke at their. I've gone to their meetings and all. Spoke at their meetings, and they've come out to Ashmore, and they've come out to the theater that I own, and investigated both places. And they're a little rowdy sometimes because they bring too many of them, and they're super hyped up, ready to go, and all. And in fact, I always tell the girls out at Ashmore, I said, when they're there, unlock the door and stand back, so because they just come like a herd of elephants coming to the door to go out and investigate and do some stuff. So, plus they're only there for they'll come out there they'll get there about 5 or 6 o'clock at night, and they'll leave about 9 or 10 o'clock at night because they got to get back home, and it's a 2 hour
Yeah.
drive for them. So they're in a hurry. But we've also done a lot of we do kids days. One of the other girls that helps me there, we've done a kids day at Ashmore, and just all during the day. In fact, Madison was down with us this earlier this year. She came
Cool.
down to the spring when we did, and came down and helped out with that one too. Just to have some good times and have some fun with the kids. But that's always been a good one. And a lot of people we've caught a little flack about doing kids days, but we kind of do it for both reasons, for the kids and for the adults, because there's so many parents out there that are like, my kid's seeing this little boy over here in the corner, and I think he needs to go to the doctor or something. Like, no, your son's probably just fine. It's you that probably needs to settle down and relax, So we'll start talking to the parents, let them know what's going on about that and all. And they feel a little more comfortable then when they leave. and the kids have a blast. It's all during the day. It's lights are all on in the building, and so they can see everything. And but they have a blast with it. And we donate all the money to Lost Limbs for Kids Day. So,
That's cool.
so yeah, so it makes it a nice deal there. And we already got them lined up for next year, and they usually sell out every year. We book them and they sell them out. So, but now,
That's great.
how long has Wildwood actually been open?
I think she's like a little over three years now. Maybe going on 4 years. We filmed
So
Paranormal Lockdown there, season 2, I believe. We filmed there, and then we've had America's Most Terrifying Locations filmed there. So it's been on TV a few times. It's pretty fun.
that's cool. Now, speaking of TV, you've been doing some stuff with was it called Ghost Finders, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, we've been filming there. It's actually the longest running independent paranormal show in the country, in England. And Rob Thompson, he's an English medium. He asked me to join. They had come to the Hinsdale House to want to film there, and I participated in their investigation and just really liked how their approach was. It was different. They had a witch and Megan Deputy, and their approach to the location was a positive approach, and I really appreciated what they were trying to do. It's probably why they're not on TV, because the positive, too much positiveness, no demons, and they just did a really good job. So I offered them, Wildwood and some other locations that I was familiar with that was in my local area, probably within 2 or 3 hours of each other. And then at one of the locations, he had asked me if I would want to join them. And I had, I've done the team thing. I've kind of been an independent contractor per se, for quite a few years. And I didn't even know if I really wanted to, but then I did. And it's fun for me. It's just fun to be able to go and investigate. We do our thing. We're on camera, but it's professional. And, the what we've been able to accomplish, and I think the shows are interesting, and that we've had a lot of really good feedback from what we're doing. So, I mean, Nick is even helped produce one of our episodes when we were out in California. He came out and helped him and his cousin Justin helped film it and produce it with us. So it was really nice. The Winchester Mystery House.
Oh, okay.
It turned out really well.
Now, where can people see Ghost Finders? What's it on?
So it's on Paraflix right now, and then we also have if anybody is familiar with a Roku, we have our own channel on there called the Spirit Channel. So you can just download that for free and watch all the episodes for free on the Spirit Channel that we have.
Oh, that's great. So yeah, if you got Roku, you can jump out there and watch that for nothing then. So
yeah.
How many episodes do you guys have out there now?
Well, I'm going to say well over 100.
Oh, wow.
But we're on season 11 right now, and we have like 3 episodes out for season 11, and we have some more coming out in the next couple of months. And we're going to be filming again in January down in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, which that's as much as I can say.
It'll be a little bit warmer down there anyway, so that'll be nice.
And I'm super excited about the food. I'm a food guy, and you don't get anywhere like you do in New Orleans, Louisiana, with the crawfish and the etouffee and
the gumbo and
gumbo
oh yeah,
oh yeah, man, it's Cajun cuisine. So
yeah, that sounds like a good time.
Gotta bring a bottle of Tums with me though.
So yeah, sometimes that's necessary down there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I met the most of those guys from your show there up in at DeadCon. And
oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so they were all up there and also, yeah, good bunch of people, and it sounds like a good time to watch.
Was Melody, so.
Yep. So you didn't go to the Vegas convention, did you?
No.
So
no, I did not.
So yeah, that was I think that was kind of a DeadCon fiasco too situation.
I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was told that there was no value in me coming, so I was like, okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's always nice to hear. So
yeah.
Oh well. I can relate to a lot of that too, but I
whatever.
I never worry about it.
I had a nice weekend. I went to go I got to meet Lindsey Sterling this weekend, and I got to go to a nice concert with my wife and then decorate the Christmas tree with my whole family. And All my kids, even my teenagers, help with the tree, so that was a big plus. I have an 18-year-old and a 16 and 15-year-old that generally don't like to hang out with us too much. So
Yeah,
that was, that
mom and
was
dad are too old. I can't hang out with them. So,
yeah, yeah.
and yeah, but yeah, it makes it nice to be able to stick around home some, do some family stuff. And
It was cool
unfortunately,
too. Like she did a TikTok video. Now she's got like 4 million followers on TikTok, right? And she allowed me to be part of it. So I got to put on her headband, and then you see me sitting there in the audience with my Hinsdale House mask on, and in her TikTok video, and I was like, how many people actually see this? And I started getting all these people taking screenshots, sending it to me. It's like, wow, it's already been like viewed 400,000 times.
yeah, I think we've got a TikTok account for Ashmore, but I don't really do anything with it. Abby, who was on here, bought the shirt from you guys there. She wanted to do something with it, and I'm not sure how much she's really been doing with it, but I just, sometimes you just run out of time. It's like,
Yeah, no, I mean it's definitely it's a time and editing, and it takes a little bit of time to do those videos for sure. My daughter loves them.
oh yeah, and which one's that? The youngest one?
Yes, well, they
Yeah.
both do. They all do, but she's the one that's more vocal, about it. She'll even do them with me. So
Oh, since you're doing TikTok, you're cool then, right?
for her, at least, I think.
Yeah. Now you're doing some stuff, and you've been involved with Nick, helping him with some stuff with the stuff he's got going on now too, haven't you?
Yeah, yeah. So for this project Death Walker that we're working on right now, I'm in charge of the whole production. So I mean, it's basically something that we brought to life, and just it's all done, just very small crew, similar to kind of the format of Paranormal Lockdown, but minus the counterparts. It's just Nick going into these locations, and it's very cinematic. It's very filmed very well. I mean, and it just the end product. I can't wait for it to be able to come out in the United States. Hopefully, we'll be able to announce where it's going to drop soon. But it is streaming in United Kingdom right now and in Canada. And we have a lot of other. It's a process, and I'm learning as we go here. But because we have to, take the product and we have to like sell it to all these different regions. It's not like it's just one big boom and you're just got a TV show and it's just going to show up on a TV station. You have a lot you have to go through to get it up in that region. So it was a lot of trial and error getting it up in UK because they're specific on how they want things, and our editing team was having a really hard time with it, and finally figured it out. And now we're just kind of rolling. We're already filming season 3
Oh,
of
that's
Death
great.
Walker, so it's really good.
Yeah, Nick had contacted me last year sometime or earlier last year about doing something as far as investing wise, and I was looking at doing something at that point, but it wasn't quite what he was needing. And then he called me back a little later and said something about doing it and what I originally talked about doing. And then it's like it was too late. Then I'd already actually bought a house next to me. I'm like, I already spent that money already. I said, so it's like, yeah, I said, I won't be able to do it, unfortunately. So I think he understood, but
Yeah,
it's one of those
yeah. I
things you
mean,
kind of want to get involved, but
we got a good little group of people. He was very particular. He wanted to have people that were passionate about what he does, and I know you're one of those type of guys, that really appreciates what he brings to the table. So, we were able to get enough investors together to get it done, and now we're moving up. So it's getting bigger and bigger, and hopefully, once it hits domestically, it'll be awesome for everybody to be able to see it.
yeah, especially if it's been doing well in UK and Canada. I mean,
Oh
once
yeah,
it
it's
hits US,
trending.
it'll be
I mean,
great.
it's trending over there, like one of the top shows in the UK. So
Well, that's great. Now, for the episodes you shot, are most of them here in the US?
all of them, yep, all of them are in the US. They travel all the way down towards your way, down Texas, Kansas, some in New York, some in Louisiana. I mean, we've been all over the place with it. So we just shot 7 new episodes for season 3, and we're editing those right now and getting those ready, and then we're gonna film some more before he has his baby, and then he'll be off for a little while, and then we'll film the rest of them for season 3 after probably about a month after or so.
So I guess he did one in Octagon Hall with the episodes down that way.
Oh yeah, I mean it's a great great location. You'd love to see Octagon Hall episode. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. It's different.
And
We've been really blessed because we have a and I didn't really realize this. There's a the networks really look for locations that haven't been done before with epic stories, and um, we've been blessed to be able to get in some locations. One of our investors is a real estate guy, so
okay.
he was able to get us into some locations that are the county wouldn't have let anybody in, or like it's been pretty cool to be able to dive into some of these places and just investigate and be the first people to ever walk through and investigate like an old hospital that's owned by the county or something like that that's blocked off or
Hmm.
um, yeah, so there's going to be some pretty cool new spots on there that have never been done before.
So yeah, Rick mentioned you can't wait for the new Deathwalker season. So I assume you must be in the
Mhm.
UK or Canada if you can't
He's
wait
in
for the new one.
Lockport, New York. He's probably VPNing it.
Ah, so yep. So he has a chance to see it then anyway, huh?
Yeah, I mean, if you have a VPN, you can watch it and then just figure it out.
Yeah, yep. There you
You don't
go.
really watch anything if you really put your mind to it. So
So you have some new things going on in Hinsdale this year. Got some events coming up and all that you're gonna be involved in.
yeah, so I mean, we're going to be doing a big fundraiser for potographs for pooches. Last time we raised over $2,000 for that organization, and I love what they do, and they donate to all different pet rescues, different local pet rescues at the places that they do the events at. Are you familiar with Tim Maley?
Oh yeah, we're doing one at Ashmore this year.
Oh, good. Well,
Finally, we've tried 3 years in a row almost, and we haven't been able to pull it off for some reason. Yeah, it just hasn't gone. But yeah, this year he said he sold enough tickets already that we're going to make it work. So
awesome. Yeah, I mean, it's such a good guy with a big heart, and I love bringing him down. We have Daryl Martson coming from Ghost Hunters. He's going to do an event there. I got Brandy Green coming in for a weekend. So I have to book those like a year ahead because if I don't have them booked in advance, all like I said, all the weekends are booked up right now for probably through October. And, some are booked in. It's pretty awesome problem to have, but if I don't think ahead with just having some events, it's hard to do them unless we do them during the week. In October, we do them on Sundays and during the week because everything's booked up.
hmm, that's a great problem to have. And
It
yeah, we've
is.
got a couple Saturdays that are still open for Ashmore this year or for 2022, but it's filling up quite a bit. But we've been doing a few more during the week too, which is kind of nice also.
Yeah, they'll fill in. You'll get some during the week, especially if there's like a holiday on Monday or you book Sunday or something like that. But we have we get a lot of weekday stuff too. A lot of teams that'll come in during the week.
Now, you guys have heat there at Hinsdale, don't you?
We do.
Okay. Do you have air conditioning also, or
In the upstairs floor, I have air conditioning. I put an air conditioner in the window. People want to use it. It's actually the house stays pretty cool. If it's 80 degrees out, it's like 70, 65, 70 in the house. So
well,
the
that's
house
great.
stays full. The upper floor is the one that always gets too hot. So that's why I put the air conditioner up there to use it. People want to use it.
Yeah, I get people asking me if I'm going to put heat out at Ashmore. I'm like, they don't realize what it would take to put
Oh
heat
my
in that
God.
building.
Oh my
So,
God. Even to heat just one room, like that's a super expense.
yeah. Oh yeah, we heat our team room area and we've got that heated and insulated, but um yeah, it's just you just can't afford to do it. And it's a
What about
prices go
what
up.
are those ones? What are those the ones at the heaters that they use like water um, heat and the radiant heat?
Oh, radiate, yeah.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
an
the
expense,
radiator.
but I think that would probably be the best route for your place as
Yeah, we've
far as
got I actually have some electric baseboard heaters that we put in there, and then we've got electric baseboard heaters in two of the bunkhouses, and they get really warm, and
they do.
it's
We
toasty in
use
there.
those at Hinsdale at the beginning too, but they also if you charged $300 and they ran for the whole weekend, you might as well say you made $50 after you get the heating bill with those things. So
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah, I've got mine hooked up to 220, so they're not too bad, and
yeah,
compared to some of them. But we always tell people don't turn them up as high as you think, and they'll get in there. And in fact, just a couple weeks ago, I was out there, and the guy said, "Hey, we turned them up, and they got it's like it was boiling in there." I'm like, "You turned them past the comfort zone, didn't you?" He's like, "Yeah, we turned them up high because it was cold." I'm like, "Well, that's because you just turn them on. They don't have like instant heat. It takes a
yeah,
while,
it
to
takes
get
a while.
going." Yeah. So, if you go in there at 7 or 8 o'clock at night, by the time you get ready to go to bed at, 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the morning, whatever it is, it's going to be fine. But they
Yeah,
don't want
you're
to
not gonna
listen.
be. Who likes to sweat and sleep? Not me.
Yeah. No, that's not. Yeah, that's something I want to do. So
No.
now your website, I think I got some links I'm going to stick up here too, just so you can kind of talk about your website and some stuff there.
Let's see here. Oh yeah, Haunted Hinsdale House, Daniel Class. So the danielclass.com site basically has all the links to anything that I'm involved with. So it has my ghost hunting team, my local team. We still investigate together. Our group. We've been together for over 10 years. So we do when we can. We'll help out locally with different home investigations and things like that. And um, yeah, if we can, we can. We have a good network of teams that we work with out here too. So if we get contacted, we try to help everybody out. So, but it has that. It has the link for Wildwood Sanitarium, Hinsdale House, a link to any events that I'll be at throughout the country. I'm going to the Festival of the Unexplained this year. I'm excited for March to England and be able
Oh,
to
wow.
talk about the Hinsdale House to over the pond. So I know the sales for that. I mean, the basic tickets are already sold out, and they just have like some VIP tickets left right now, and that's it. So it's looking to be like a really awesome event. I know a couple of guys from the Wraith Chasers are going. Rob Thompson. We got the Ghost Biker coming. We got all pretty good lineup of people. Patty Negri, she's going to be there, I think. So it's going to be a fun event. It's be my first time ever leaving the country, leaving this continent. Let me say that because I've been to Mexico, I've been to Canada, but I've never left this continent yet. So I'm excited.
Yeah, that'll be kind of a fun trip. Is your wife going with you, or is she staying behind?
Staying behind just because
Oh,
of cost, like the cost. They're paying for my flight and my room and board and giving me a little stipend, but you know it's not.
it's
It's only be a
expensive.
few days.
So
It is
yeah, that'd be
expensive.
that'd be a good time. Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun, and to get over there and do some stuff. It's kind of funny because it seems like that the UK is bringing a lot of people over from the states to different events they're doing.
Yeah, I think it entails a lot of the TV shows that are going on over there. So, like the Hinsdale House has been featured on many shows, and they're all over being put on Discovery Plus UK, and people are watching them on their Quest Red over there, which is another TV station. So they're familiar with the locations; they just can't get to them. So, I mean, I have had teams come from England that have made plans and came over and investigated the location. But it's cool that I'll be able to go to them. And I already have so many people reaching out from there that are going to try to make the event or that already got tickets that I'm going to get to meet for the first time. And it's pretty neat to know that there's people that are interested in something that just kind of started off as a whim, and here we are, and now people know what the Hinsdale House is, in England. Or I have people from Australia. I've gotten people from Colombia, not Colombia, Costa Rica come, because the replays and all that stuff could happen there, and they're just interested in it. It's really cool.
Yeah, that's what just when I picked up Ashmore, it was kind of by a fluke that the guy that owned it was going to build a haunted house in a different state, and he contacted me because I had a bunch of props for a haunted house that I'd done that I was going to sell, and came out to the house and went through all these props, and I asked him, I said, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "I'm going to build a haunted house in Indiana." I said, "Oh," I said, "Is it a new one?" And he's like, "Well, I had one in Illinois, but I'm moving over to there." I'm asking where it was. He said, "Ashmore Estates." I'm like, "Oh." I'm like, "What are you gonna do with this?" Like, "I'm gonna sell it." My wife's like, "Oh shit." So I'm like, "I've been out there once. It was a cool location. I'd come out and take a look at it." And when I went out and looked at it, it was a disaster. I mean, some of my friends that have been on here that, even tonight, they'd seen it when I first got it. I mean, you couldn't walk through the hallways. In fact, Nick actually, the first time he was out there, we were walking down the hallways, like, "How do you get to the top floor?" I'm like, "This is it." He's like, "No, it's got to be a floor above this." I'm like, "No, this is it." He's like, "No, when I was out here a few years ago, you couldn't even see in the rooms on the top floor." I'm like, "No, that's it. I cleaned them all out." But yeah, he was amazed. And in fact, I asked him, I said, "So it's probably not as creepy as it was then." He's like, "I kind of think it's creepier because you can see in everything now. Before it's like you had no idea if there's anything there, but now you can see everything." So it was a little different.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. It's awesome to be able to, and you don't realize how much you've done until people like post a picture or something like that, and you're like, oh my god, I forgot about that. Like it's you just look back and reminisce, and you're like, wow, we really did a lot of shit since then.
Yeah, I've had some friends that shot some movies out there, and I'll watch the movie or see the movie. And I'm like, oh man, that looks so much better now that that crap's gone,
Mhm.
and what the from the graffiti on the walls and things like that. So, yeah, it's just kind of nice to clean stuff up and get it done. But I had a lot of help, so I'm sure you did too. And
Oh yeah, like
it-
I wouldn't have been able to do it without the people that helped. When I first bought it, I didn't know how I was going to put a roof on it, so I used everything I had to buy it, and I had like 63 people show up to help like pitch in, scrape, paint, and by the time that summer was over, we had a roof put on, and it was like I just was in awe, like the amount of people that came out that they were friends from events that I did with the Greater Western New York Paranormal Society around Buffalo, and then fans of the house, people that knew the story of the house, people that were interested in the location and wanted to see it saved. So it was pretty spectacular.
Yep, that's kind of the way I was too. Is I was surprised as many when I bought it. I'm probably like you were when I bought it. I'm like, it's going to take me some time because I'm only one person. I can only do so much. Plus, it's 2 hours away from me.
Mhm.
So I know I don't like to ask for help, and it's just something I just really don't like to do. And the day I bought it, I posted the only thing cooler than owning one haunted location is owning a second one. And I posted a picture of Ashmore, and my phone blew up. And in fact, it went dead. And there was no power in the building when I bought it, so there's no way to charge my phone. So and but yeah, we had people say, "Let me know if you need help." So we started doing some work days, and they just came out of the woodwork. It was amazing how many people that showed up. So it's always fun to see them come out and want to help out and do stuff.
Yeah, they leave their impression on the location. It's amazing. Like I said, people donate. It got to the point where I just tell people, no more donations, no more, no more. I got a whole room full of like paint, and I got things that I don't know how I'm going to use them. So yeah.
Well, that's when I bought it. I didn't have a roof on my building at all. There was no roof at all. It had blown off a little over a year before that, and the guy never tried to put one on. He just let it go without the roof up there. It was concrete on the attic floor, so water would come in if it rained in. But he didn't worry about it. He was just all about making money. And so I thought, I could probably have this roof done by about September, and I bought it in May, and we had the roof on there a month after I bought it, just because I had enough people came over and help me put a rubber roof on it. And we got it done, but then about a year later, half of it got sucked off by a tornado, and Brad Kling actually started a GoFundMe account for me, and he did it. I didn't even know he did it until I actually saw it, and I contacted. I just hate to do that, Brad, because this is I don't want to say it's yeah, I don't make any money at this, but it's not a not for profit venture either. And I said I appreciate you doing it, but I really don't. He said, well, look at it this way. He said, I'd like to come out and help you, but I can't get out there. But if I can give you 25 or $50 to help you on your project, then he said, I'm willing to do that. And I'm like, all right. So he did. I said, just don't ever do it again, please. So he did it, and it helped. I mean, because it took care. We put all the money that it can, because it cost me about $8,000 to put the roof on there, and so we bought materials and all with what he had there too. So it's it helped a bunch.
Yeah, but what goes around comes around too. Like you've done a lot for people too. So think of it like that. And I had one of those too, where it was a GoFundMe, a roof fund, and at the beginning it was like, because you want to be able to do it, but then it came in so handy. We had like almost $2,000 donated on that GoFundMe for the roof, and it was like a $10,000 roof, and we got it done for like $4,000. So it was pretty nice.
Oh yeah, it helps a bunch when you can get when you get people to come out and help out and do some things and all. I
The
mean,
contractors are the most expensive things, and when you get contractors to come out, that's saves a lot of money.
oh yeah, that's for sure. And unfortunately, I've not had that much luck sometimes with certain contractors as far as people that were in the business coming out to help me out. I've had some a little bit, but not. I've had some plumbing type contractors come out and help me do that. Brian Murray, a friend of mine from Riverbend Paranormal, came out and helped with the plumbing. We were doing some of that one time. He helped me with that, but that was kind of about it as far as I think that I can remember offhand contractor wise. But it's been most myself for the most part, and other people come out and help, but they're
Yeah.
not.
Well, at the beginning, it was a lot of patchwork, like a lot of patch this, fix this, and then at one point it was like, okay, well, I'm have enough money where I can get this done the right way. So then I had physically just paid for somebody to come out, and I could be tedious about how I want it done, and make sure that it looks to the time. And we had to actually like get siding cut the right way, that was 5-inch siding that they didn't make anymore. So we had to have the Amish make it. So just to make the house look original, like it would have back in the day. And it's quite a venture, but it's been really cool.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I didn't think I've seen it as you've gone through with it. And I can see the differences in it, and then the increase in what it just looks so much better now than it did a few years back, and all, and keeps getting better and better. So it's
Mhm.
always nice to see it. But I think we're about out of time here, and I don't want to tie you up too long tonight anyway. But anything else we can talk about that you need to help promote and the locations, anything you're doing?
No, I mean, if you're interested in the location, just come to my website, danielklaes.com. You can participate. That we have a Patreon team, a group of people that like donate every month, and we're getting a lot of cool things done at the location. Got a new shed put up, got a deck put on the pond. We're able to actually clear out the land. So we're actually, they actually are part of the process and seeing what we do next. And it's like my little team, little backhand team there. So it's pretty cool.
There you
But
go.
we have different events. Come and check out the events at the house and stuff that I'm doing. Just go to my website. That's the easiest way to do it. I try to make everything like easy. So one stop,
Uh,
boom.
That's great. In fact, I will. I'll get with you tomorrow too on some details on Wildwood and Hinsdale, and
Sure.
as far as doing the donation thing with that. That for you guys that were maybe not on here early on, Daniel told us when we started joining because we're doing the birthday thing for Lost Limbs Foundation for my birthday coming up, and he's donated a Wildwood Sanitarium investigation there, in Hinsdale the house investigation, and then Nick Ruff's going to send us some stuff as well. So that's great. We're going to add that on there that we're going to give away those items there during the birthday celebration stuff to help Lost Limbs.
Awesome.
So, Daniel, I much appreciate you staying, hanging out with us tonight, and joining us. And hopefully, those the Sabres will come back a little bit this year, and maybe
Hopefully. But if they
they'll
don't, hopefully the Blues do.
exactly. But I mean, just look what the Blues did a couple years ago. There,
No.
last place to first place, so you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't look too promising. This year it was getting rid of Eichel, and then we just got a basic team, but they're playing with heart, so that's good. I just like a good game. So
Yep.
give me a good game.
That's I agree too. It's that's the best part of it. Just seeing a good hockey game, and the guys trying like hell no matter what, and
Yep.
that's the best thing. Right now the Blues are playing with their farm club basically on the ice. So
Yeah.
they got
Cool.
so yeah they've gone through 5 goalies so far this year,
Yeah. Same
and
with Sabres. I think we're on four or
oh
five
yeah,
probably.
and yep, and I think we got 2 guys that just left COVID protocols last night or tonight that they're back. So I think that's instead of being down 11, I think we're only down 9 players now.
Oh,
So
hey.
yeah, I think our fourth line and third line are almost all from the farm team, and
What's the
so
farm
it's
team?
in Springfield, not too far from you
Okay.
guys out that way, and in Springfield, Massachusetts, I guess. Was it the um, Thunderbirds or something? I think out that way, and I
So we're
forget the
pretty
name of it.
blessed. The guy that came and bought the Sabres ended up buying the farm team. And they're in Rochester, New York, which is right down the thruway. So we
Oh
have
yeah,
the Rochester Americans, and so we can actually drive down to go see our prospects. So it's just pretty cool.
yeah, that's great. Yeah, we used to be able to do that in St. Louis because they used to have in Peoria, which is like an hour and a half from me, and
Mhm.
St. Louis like an hour and a half from me. So it was nice. You could go up there and watch them play at the same time, or especially guys that may come up on rehab, and
Yeah,
you can watch them play. So, but unfortunately, can't do that anymore. Um,
I could if you want to go to Massachusetts.
so yeah, exactly. But well, I'll let you get out of here. I
All
appreciate you
right,
coming
buddy.
on, and
Thanks for having me.
oh, thank you. So have a good evening, sir, and
All right.
we will talk to you later.
All right. Talk soon.
Thanks.
Bye bye.
It's great talking to Daniel tonight and having him out here and having him on the show with us. And hopefully next week Mike will be back and we can he can step in here and take up and talk to you guys as well. So looking forward to it. But um, go to my website or go to their Facebook page, Robin Terry, just like it says, right down here. It's on Facebook, and you can get on the birthday link and check that out. And we're trying to raise some money for Lost Limbs Foundation. It'll be up for about 2 weeks, and it's going to see real quick where it's at right now. We just started last night, and right now it is up to 865. So still got a ways to go, but looking forward to it popping on there, and hopefully we can get that increasing and get that going up. So until that point in time, I appreciate everybody joining us tonight. And next week we're going to have Katie Hulte. Katie is involved with ITC, one of the few females out there that are building spirit boxes. So she'll be with us next week, and looking forward to talking to Katie then. So good night, everybody. Have a good one.
My name is Mike, and I'm the founder of the Lost Limbs Foundation. The Lost Limbs Foundation is a 501c3 nonprofit organization that provides assistance to amputee children in need of prosthetics. I started the charity after my own struggles after my leg being amputated just above the knee. Prosthetics cost thousands of dollars, and the average lifespan is 5 to 7 years on a prosthetic. Kids are constantly growing, so they'll go through multiple prosthetics throughout their life. This is the prosthetic leg that I use, and the cost was about $70,000. The Rhodes Hotel is in Atlanta, Indiana, and is owned and operated by the Lost Limbs Foundation. We are currently doing photo shoots, ghost hunts, and special events to help raise money for the charity. For more information, you can go to lostlimbsfoundation.org. With your help, we can help these kids one step at a time.